Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Whiteville, North Carolina, visiting Vann, Underwood, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and I'm checking out a 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Mega Cab 4-wheel drive in the Night Edition. This truck has a few upgrades. I'll point those out as we go through the video. The first upgrade are these BF Goodrich tires. Now, it ships from the factory with matte black alloy wheels, but it comes surprisingly with chrome lug nuts. So they've been replaced with these black lug nuts. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated rotors on all four wheels. This truck also has an upgraded Carly level kit as well. The name of this color is Billet Silver. And you notice with the Night Edition, it has the blacked out grille. Even the Ram badging here is blacked out. This one does have the 360 camera. You can see it, one of the cameras there in the center, integrated well in a center position of the vehicle. Parking sensors across the front. It also has these recovery hooks as well. LED reflector headlights and fog lights. Turn signals are standard bulbs. Looking at the profile, you can really see the incredible length of this vehicle with the Mega Cab. You can see this extension right in here. Makes it a little bit longer and more room on the inside, which is really nice if you have a lot of passengers in the back. Almost everything is body colored here on the side, except for this pillar here in the center, which is a flat black. The side mirror is also black. The handles are body colored. It also has a power side step as well. Underneath the mirror on both sides is another camera. So that's 3 out of the 4 cameras for the surround view camera system. And it also has approach lights under here as well. And the indicator for the blind spot detection system and rear cross traffic alert is here in the side mirror. These are also tow mirrors. We can lift them up to that position when we're towing something, giving us a little bit more distance away from the vehicle, but also height as well. This is what the key looks like, and it's a full proximity key system. It's a fairly large key, but it is relatively light and easy to carry around otherwise. It has a physical key on the inside when you need it, and quite a few handy buttons here. Lock, unlock, remote start, the ability to drop the tailgate, and a panic button here. So as long as we have this key with us, it could be in a bag, in a pocket, as long as it's on the outside of either the driver or passenger side door, we can lock the truck by pushing this button. To unlock it, simply put your hand behind the handle, and it senses the key on the outside of the door and allows you, and your hand position here, and it unlocks the door. Now you can set it to where it just unlocks this door or all doors. Also, there's a physical key location there on the driver's side only. The side steps are fairly well integrated there on the side. So when you open the door, they extend out. Go all the way from the front to back. And then when we shut the door, it takes a second, but they'll tuck right in. And they're relatively quiet as well. Here's the inside of the passenger side door. Now it's mostly black. It does have some metallic accents as well. White contrast stitching here and here. Now this is in a French design. There's a gloss black trim here at the top. This portion is a soft touch suede right in this area. And this is a simulated leather texturing here. This is all soft touch pretty much everywhere up here. The hard touch surfaces are down here at the bottom. You can see it has a large pocket at the bottom with a divider, a little shelf pocket here, and then this is open so you can utilize that extra space if you want to put something tall in there. There's also a small pocket here as well. Now it does have a hard surface on the bottom of these pockets and shelving areas. So with these speakers, you have this large speaker here and then a tweeter speaker here in the pillar. You will sometimes have some rattling going on. If you have like coins or something in these hard pockets, it will potentially rattle. So it would be nice if they had like a little soft carpeting or rubber piece in there to keep that from happening. It's not a huge deal, I just want to point that out. So you have the sill plate here in the threshold, the Ram badging, looking nice. Power seat here on the passenger side, goes up, down, tilt, and all that stuff, and a two-way lumbar adjustment. Now these are leather trim seats with the contrast stitching, perforations. These are heated and vented. You can see it even has some stitching there. Has the Laramie badging embroidered here in the back. There's a combination of suede, regular leather texturing, and then the perforations in the center part, and even has like a little pattern to it. Really nice looking seats and extremely comfortable. It has these gray piping here on the edge. Here at the very bottom, it turns into a cloth, microfiber type cloth to made up against that plastic to make it a little bit more durable. The jack and tools for your spare tire is behind this cover underneath this seat. So these floor mats are like an upgraded floor mat that's made for slush and stuff instead of having like a carpet in here, and these are specifically designed for the vehicle, so you can see they're contoured in here. They snap in place so they're not moving around on you, and they just look really nice. You can see quite a bit of tapering here in the floorboard as far as the leg room. So, but other than that, it's and also the height of the seat is quite a bit. So, you know so your legs aren't sticking out in front of you that far at all, because it's kind of like you're sitting in a chair. There's also a place right here to put some stuff on the side of the console, and it's designed to where you can put a full-size file folder in there full of stuff. Locking glove compartment, and there you go. And it is a felt-lined glove compartment. It also has the secondary compartment here at the top. It's also felt-lined and has a little light in there, of course. Stitching here on the dash, metallic accent around the vent here. This is all soft touch surfaces here, here. This is a hard touch cover, but all the rest of it is soft touch, and then the hard touch again down here. There's a handle on all four doors, so you can see the handle here, even on the driver's side. Some vehicles skip that, thinking you're going to use the steering wheel to get in and out, but this one does have the handles on all four doors. So you can see the opening here on the front. Plenty of room, headroom, everything. The swing of the door is great. Now, the back door is even bigger. Look how much bigger that is. It's bigger than the front. The swing of the door is even wider than the front. Partially because the back can be used for cargo in addition to passengers. So that way if you're loading cargo in and out of the truck, you will need a bigger swing, a further swing, so you can reach and put stuff in there, boxes or whatever. So this is fantastic. The Mega Cab is really nice there in the back seat. So the inside of the back door, very similar styling and not skimping on anything. You do have the soft touch everything, the gloss black accent here, the suede, everything, just like the front. There is a smaller pocket at the bottom, but it's completely no skipping or skimping on any of that kind of stuff. Smaller sill plate back here, but not a big deal. Now these back seats, see, these are really nice. They look same styling. You have the combination of suede, stitching, the same piping, everything on these seats as well, as far as the quality and the look and everything. Has an armrest with cup holders here. You can move that out of the way if you need a center passenger. Plenty of room. Even some bolstering here for the center passenger. Plenty of legroom back here. Arguably more legroom than the front, really, since you don't have all that tapering going on. One solid coverage of floor mat. You even have some space under the seat for cargo space and behind the seat. There's pockets on the back of both front seats. Climate control vents. There's a place to put cups here and a tablet across there as well. USB-C and regular USB charge ports, a little storage pocket right in there, a AC power adapter, Edison plug like you'd see in a house. And that's a 3-prong, 400 watt power inverter. Now these are heated seats back here, and the heated seat buttons are there in the center. Now there's hangers back here for hanging clothes. I don't know if you can see that, but if you do use those for hanging clothes or whatever, it's going to hang and cover your back glass, so you can keep that in mind. Now these seats fold down, and you can fold them in two different ways. One is to fold it all the way down, but that eliminates your under seat storage, but it does give you a lot of above seat storage. The other way is to simply leave the bottom alone and just fold the top down. That way you can maintain your under seat storage, and you can add some cargo space on top of the seats. You also have behind the seats as well. So we can pull the seat down. It's a 60-40 split, and we have some space back here to put some stuff. Now there is some compartments back here that you can lift up, and has a tiny bit of space here and there for putting stuff. There's more space on the other side. It's a smaller compartment over there. This one's mostly filled up with the, I think it's the amplifier for the sound system, but it does have some, stuff, places out of the way to put some tools or whatever, in addition to on top. Now if you have stuff on top, then you're gonna have to move it in order to access these compartments back here. Taking a look at the back of the vehicle, it does have a cargo light here on the back of the bed, and a sliding power rear glass as well. Now this cover is an upgrade. It doesn't come with that typically. So it does have LED taillights, complete LED taillights, reverse lights, turn lights, everything is LED for the back of the vehicle. Now this is the final camera. This is the backup camera. It's also a part of that surround view 360 camera view. But you notice it's in the very center, and it's in a very high position. Also, it's integrated into the vehicle, so it doesn't look tacked on. It actually looks like it's made to be there. A lot of vehicles have them, they'll be offset, they'll be too low, they'll just look like they're tacked on. But this is completely integrated in a high position and very center, which is great. Now of course this has the towing package here, and you can see this already has the hitch on it. Your 4- and 7-way outlets are right here, and you can see they're above the bumper, So that way it keeps them from getting too dirty. They're easy to access, and it's just a really convenient location. The parking sensors are hidden in this black portion back here. And he has a body colored bumper, black badging, including the Ram emblem is also blacked out. It's looking pretty neat. Okay, so you remember that I showed you the key earlier, and I showed you that you can actually lower the power, the tailgate with the key. Remember that button? Let's go ahead and do that. And when we double tap that, it's going to lower it down, and it has a soft landing, so it doesn't just like fall down. So as you're approaching the vehicle, if you need to load something up, you can go ahead and drop the tailgate before you even get there. So that way you can drop it. You don't have to go to the truck, drop the tailgate, and go back and get whatever you're going to carry over to it. It's just a nice convenience factor there. So this one has the spray-in bed liner. You can see it has the cover in place. There's integrated tie downs back here that are part of the vehicle. There's also LED cargo lights in here as well. And this one has the fifth wheel, upgraded fifth wheel attachment. This is actually on the window sticker, in which you can, attach a fifth wheel, and it goes right into the frame of the vehicle. So it's not like it's just tacked in. Like when you have it done by Ram, it's specifically designed, properly. It's not some add-on tacked on that's not designed for the vehicle. So this is completely made for the fifth wheel. And then you can see the outlets there as well. There's also a power inverter back here as well, 400 watt. Now when lifting the tailgate, it's very easy to lift up. Very easy, it's like a big tailgate, but it's very easy to just lift up and close. If you don't want to use the button on the key to lower the tailgate, there is an electronic button in here as well. So you just reach in, it takes almost no effort. You just push that button and it releases the tailgate. Fuel door is here on the driver's side, and this is also where you'll find the DEF fill. And this is a capless fuel area, so that way you don't have to worry about a cap or anything. You just simply, pump the fuel in there, and it does have a seal around the outside of this. But you notice it's not locking. As long as you have the key inside the vehicle, it could be in a pocket, in a bag, as long as it's inside, put your foot on the brake, hold it, and push this button to start it up. You do not have to hold the button, you simply just press it. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. Now there's your accelerator and brake pedal, and this whole area serves as a footrest. Now these are adjustable pedals, so you can see the adjustments right here on the side of the steering wheel. So you can adjust those in or out to match your leg length, I guess. There's also a foot actuated parking brake here. You can release it right above it. Right in here is you turn on your power inverter for the cargo area. Let's take a look under the hood. To open the hood, right here in the very center is the latch right here. You can see in there. Just reach in, move it to the left. It takes almost no effort, just a little bit of pressure, and it goes up for you. The underside of the hood is insulated. There's a seal across the front as well, help controlling airflow. The firewall is insulated, the battery is insulated. You have some braces here on the sides. There's a battery on both sides. Here's one on the right side, there's one on the other as well. It's a 6.7 liter inline 6 turbo diesel. Cummins turbo diesel engine. So here's the other battery on the other side. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. So you have your 2 presets for your power seat here on the driver's side. Door lock controls, power windows are here. The front 2 are automatic, 1 touch up and down. Now the windows themselves are laminated, so it has 2 panes of glass with an acoustic material there on the center, in the center part right here. This helps out with just more solid piece of glass, but also keeps the sound from entering the vehicle. The side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side and adjust it with that little pad, and then you can push this button. They're power folding side mirrors. You can fold them in and out. You also have the ability to, when you push this button, adjust the outer portion. So when we push that, we can adjust the outer portion only. The power seat here on the driver's side is just like the other side. Has the ability to go up and down, forward, back, all that stuff, and a 2-way lumbar adjustment. Really nice looking seats, very comfortable. Just an impressive looking vehicle overall. To the left of the steering wheel, there is your headlight controls. So right in here, so you have off, parking light, headlights, and then automatic right here. This is for your fog lights, and this is for your cargo lights. Dimmer switch for your interior gauges, as well as your ambient lighting. There's a tilt steering column, but not a telescoping steering column. That's part of the reason why you have adjustable pedals instead of, it just helps with that situation. If you can't telescope the steering column, you can adjust the pedals. I'm sitting in the driver's seat checking it out, and I have the seat all the way down and all the way back, so you can see the potential legroom here. I'm 6 feet tall, and this is a little bit too far back to really safely drive. If you can see in there, I'm gonna open the door, and you can see the legroom a little bit better. So it's a little bit too far back. So I can put my feet kind of straight out and move them. So I can touch the pedals, but not to the level I really need to. And the knee room is great. I can really go all over the place and get comfortable. The seat itself is nice support. The lumbar adjustment's great. It's just a really impressive, impressive seat all the way around. It's easy to scoot in here. Since it has the leather, it's not too much suede, so I can just kind of scoot around and get comfortable easier. So the steering wheel is a leather wrap steering wheel. It's a little smooth. It could be a little bit more traction, but it is a leather wrap steering wheel. It gives in the hand, so it's not like a super tough. It's very soft and very comfortable. Probably one of the most comfortable steering wheels. As far as just the thickness and everything. It's really nice. There's no, big bolsters or anything getting in your way, no flat bottom or anything. It does have a thicker part down here, but it's just a regular, nice, classy looking steering wheel. So on the back, before we get to these buttons here on the front of the steering wheel, on the back of the steering wheel, Chrysler has these buttons. It's up, down, and center. And it's positioned to where you can reach them with your fingers when your hand's on the steering wheel. So when my hand's here, the tips of my fingers fit perfectly. So this right one is the volume for the radio. And then this up and down. The center button changes through your audio source. On the left side, this will change through either your radio stations or, depending on what you're playing, if it's a tracks or if you have like a USB, or if you're playing off your phone, it changes through your tracks. The center button is your presets for your radio only. So in the front of the steering wheel, this is your gear limit. So if you need to gear down, if you're going downhill or something, you need some engine braking, you can lower your gear ratio. It also has diesel exhaust brakes as well, so it really can slow you down when you get downshift. So right in here is your cruise control. You can turn on the regular cruise control here, set, resume, and cancel, just like a normal cruise control. But right up here we can turn this on, and it turns on the adaptive, radar adaptive cruise control, and we can set the distance between us and the vehicle in front of us by pushing this button. You just cycle through and get to the distance you want to get to, and then rest on that. On the left side, there's a very advanced voice recognition system. You can, in addition to calling people, you can also go to destinations on your navigation. You can adjust the climate control. There's a whole booklet the vehicle comes with to teach you how to do the voice recognition, and it is handy once you learn how to use it. There's also the phone button, so you can answer and hang up calls once you're paired to the Bluetooth system. Okay, so here's the shifter right here. It is a column shifter, and it operates like a normal shifter. I'll show you that in a minute. Turn signal and windshield wiper controls are here on the left side. Here's the gauges. You have your tachometer, RPM gauge here on the left side. There's your DEF fluid indicator. Fuel gauge on the far right over here, and your speedometer as well. Has traditional stuff. In the center part is a digital screen in which gives you more information. So these arrows right here on the front of the steering wheel is what I'm going to use to navigate my way through this menu system. So first of all, it has the digital speedometer, and it also has the distance to empty up there, the odometer at the bottom, the oil pressure, and voltage. Now these are all customizable. Outside temperature and a compass. This is all customizable. But first of all, I'm going to scroll down just so you can see we're in this menu system here. So let's go back up to the number 1, and this is the digital speedometer. Scrolling down will take us to the vehicle info. There's also this little status bars here at the bottom showing us that we can have more information. So there's the tire pressure. Scrolling to the right, we have coolant temperature and temperatures and pressures here. Quite a few of them. There's also a summary as well. Scrolling down again, goes to our off-road. This gives us the articulation of the vehicle and the drivetrain, whether in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, that kind of thing. Just kind of tells us what's going on here. This is the pitch and roll, so the way the vehicle's leaning, whether left to right, forward to back, that kind of thing. This is the driver assist, so this will show us the status of whether it's reading the lines on the road for the lane keep assist. Also, the adaptive cruise control information will show up here as well. So we can cycle through the bars there for the distance between us and the vehicle in front of us there. So it kind of gives us a visual reference on that screen. All right. Scrolling down, this will be our fuel economy, and it gives us a average miles per gallon, a range, and also real time as well. Now there's 2 of them here, and you can reset them. Go back to it. You can reset those independently, but this one has the current miles per gallon, and that's going to constantly fluctuate. So if you don't want that in your face all the time, and you want to keep an eye on the rest of the information, you can keep it on this one. Next one will be a trip, and there's 2 trips, trip A and trip B. You can reset these independently as well. It gives us the miles per gallon, and the time. Next, we'll have our trailer tow information, so we can have a trip for that. Also, the trailer brake gain control. So as I'm pushing the brake, so you can see it's giving us the percentage of how much I'm pushing. So you can adjust that, the gain, as far as how much you want the trailer to brake. So that way you're not locking up the trailer wheels trying to, if it's set too high. So in this case it's set to 6, at -6. Alright, scroll to the right. So that would be a light check. Alright, so let's go down. Just whatever your radio is doing will show up here. Stored messages will show up here. And then you can go into your screen setup and you can change these different things on each corner of the screen if you'd like. And then you have commercial settings here. And speedometer. I'm not familiar with the commercial settings. It's not something I've ever used, so if you have any information on that, you can leave it in the comments. But that's where it is. Okay, so now we're back to the digital speedometer. So you can see we've did the entire list here on the menu system. And that's just the little screen there. There's quite a bit of information. You don't have to go into all of that all the time. It's just there in case you need it, or if you want to, there's a particular thing you want to keep an eye on, you can do that. All right. So there's the start button, we already saw that. Here's the shifter, so it simply just goes down. There's reverse. Two things will happen when we put it in reverse. First, the parking sensors will pop up here. It'll give you an audible warning if you get close to something, also a visible warning as well, a visual warning. So left, right, or center, and about how far away the object is. The camera also pops up over here. It has a 360 camera as well as the backup camera, and we'll get into more of the camera system when we get to the screen. All right, there's neutral, and then there's drive, and that's all the shifter does. So that's why if you need to limit your gear ratio, you can use these buttons here. All right, so 4-wheel drive controls are here, and it's basically 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low, 2-wheel drive, and then you can disconnect the drive system with this neutral, which is not something I have experience doing, but it's there if you need to use that. There is a little storage pocket right up in here in the center, also a power supply. Now you notice it has a battery on it because it's constantly connected to the system. So even when the vehicle's off, you can plug something in and utilize that power. So that's nice to have. But check out this huge vertical screen. It's really impressive looking. So I'm gonna have to zoom in and out here depending on what we're looking at, but just to give you the overview, you see what it looks like. It does have physical volume knobs here on the sides and physical buttons on the outside. So climate control, temperatures for the driver and passenger, you can access those. You can change where you want the air to blow, fan speed, all that stuff. Front and rear defrosters, air conditioning, recirculate the air, all that is a quick button press away. You can also mute and turn the screen off, which is nice. You can turn it back on by just pressing the screen. So this button right here is the lane sense. You can turn that off. This is the off button. Default will be on. Same thing with traction control. Default off. You can turn it on here. 4-way flashers are top center. All right. So all this stuff we'll get to in a minute. So now let's go into this touchscreen. Now the touchscreen, you can see it has these icons here at the bottom, and these are customizable. Right now we are in the navigation icons. You can see the icon, these quick access icons are at the bottom all the time. You also have a home button as well, which is a split screen in which you can customize and get, put different things here or here. So let's start with this first icon. It shows you the radio. Now it has presets here at the very top. It shows you just whatever's going on with your radio, what audio source. You have AM, FM, auxiliary input, Bluetooth, and all that. So we can just hit that and we can make the selections we want. We have 2 USB ports as well. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is also available when you plug in your device. Alright, so the next one will be controls. So this will be a little pop-up menu here, so you can quickly adjust your ventilated seat, heated seats, a high, medium, and low. High, medium, and low for the passenger as well for your heated and vented seat. And then you also have a heated steering wheel as well. Your auto dim mirror, you can turn that feature on or off if you don't want it auto dimming. You also have the, you can deploy the steps even if the door's not open. Right now we just push it and it'll pop up. The backup camera, you also have a cargo camera. So let's go ahead and hit the cargo camera so you can see what that looks like, and it shows you what's going on. This is handy if you have cargo in the back of the truck, but also if you have a fifth wheel or you're towing something and you want to keep an eye on something, or you're just hooking up to it. It has a center line as well, and if you can see that little center line there. And while you're in any of these camera screens, you can change the view. So if we need to change the view, we can do that quickly. And go to backup camera. Now the backup camera has these guidelines that, as I turn the steering wheel, also will give us an estimated trajectory of the vehicle as we're backing up. It has a center line. You can see it lines up perfectly with the trailer hitch, and you can also see the full width of the bumper and a little bit from either direction as well. Now the surround camera, we push that, and that gives us a top-down view around the truck. Also the backup camera, and also we can also change the view. This is a super wide view in the back, super wide view in the front, a more linear view in the front paired with the top-down view, and then there's the cargo camera as well. So you can see you can quickly go to all these different views when you need to, do whatever you need to do. But just quickly, just put it in reverse. It's going to pop up and you can back up. It's no problem. But you can change your view very quickly depending on your needs. Alrighty. So let's get out of this. Alright, so that was the controls. You see that was just a pop-up menu, and it brought us over to, some of these are kind of like shortcuts, brought us over to the camera system. And this one has a separate button that you can go to on these. Alright, so this next one here is the climate control. So you can see a very nice, big, easy to read. These are kind of a little bit redundant because you do have the physical buttons on the outside, but if you want to get to the screen, you can adjust everything right here. Temperature, where you want the air to blow. So you want it there, you want it here. It's very simple. You can sync the driver and passenger if you want. You also have a shortcut to the controls, so we can shortcut to that. So there's quite a few ways to go there. There's your fan speed as well. Alright, the Uconnect apps. So these icons here at the bottom, you can customize them by dragging one of these apps down to this bottom part right here. If you want that, instead of, let's say you want to replace the phone with something else, you could do that. Now this is all the different kind of options here. So the backup camera, you can see it down here, but it's also in here as well. Passenger seat, ventilation, heated seat, driver's ventilated seat, driver's heated seat. You also have travel link in here, Sirius satellite travel link. The surround camera, if you want to focus just on the surround camera, you can do that as well. Alright, so let's go over this way, and we can see the media, climate control. All these are separate little buttons. This is pretty cool, the fill tire alert. So you fill up the tire and it'll alert you when it has enough air in it. It's pretty neat. audio settings, pair your phone. So this is for your navigation system. It also has the off-road pages. Takes a second to load up. All right, so this gives you the vehicle dynamics, the articulation of the wheels, the power delivery, the steering angle. So as I turn the steering wheel, it gives us a steering angle. We can also go to the pitch and roll, and also accessory gauges. So depending on your needs, also you can see your altitude and your exact coordinates here. It's pretty neat. There's a little shortcut little wheel up there for the settings that you can go into and adjust different settings here as well. There's quite a few. All right, so that's now the navigation. So there's your navigation map. We can put in a particular address. We can zoom in and out on the map, get our bearings. We can have a top-down view. We can add layers if we want. We can find gas stations, all kinds of information here. It's really awesome. Once we pair a phone, we'll have access to our recent calls, our phone book, all the different information that's on your phone regarding sending and receiving calls. You can also go back when you're in a call. There's a button that'll pop up, and you can go back to your phone. You can just have it on your phone. If you want to have a private conversation, you can quickly do that if you need to. And then of course this last one here is the backup camera. We've already gone over all that stuff. But it's a big screen. There's lots of stuff on it, but it's relatively simple once you kind of know the basic ideas about it. Okay, so down here, there's our auxiliary switches. So if you have extra lights or whatever that you want to attach, you can have those hooked up relatively easy. The buttons are already there. You have a tow and haul button, so this will tell the vehicle that you're towing something. This right here is for your exhaust brakes. So if you need to activate that, you can do that. You can turn the parking sensors off or on. So these are the off buttons. So if you want to turn the parking sensors off on the front or the rear, you can do that here. And this is for adjusting your trailer brake gain control. There's a little storage pocket right in here. It goes in there quite a ways. And it has a little rubber insert that you can take out and clean, put it back in. There's your auxiliary input, USB-C and USB inputs here. There's also a wireless charger right in here. Just stand up your phone and it will wirelessly charge. You also have a place if you want to plug in your phone. Then you lay your phone in here. The wire can go out, and also there's a place to run your wires here on the side in order to get to these ports, and that way you don't have wires just lying around. You can have one on this side or this side, or you can have a small tablet to put in there, either way. Right in here is another outlet, power inverter outlet. It has a floor cover so that you can take that out and clean it as well. Lots of space in here as well. And this is sliding tray, which has cup holders and another area for you can put some quick access stuff, some coins or whatever. I can slide forward and back. Alright, so here's your armrest in the middle. It's extremely soft and way big, so you can share it with your passenger and not fight over it. Has a Ram emblem, has stitching, really nice, high quality feeling, super soft armrest. And then this lifts up, and it's a little bit spring loaded, but it still will fall back down on you until you get to a certain point in which it just goes back like so. and has a felt line pocket here, so you can put some stuff in here. There's a USB charge port there in the back. This whole thing, there's actually 2 levers here, the top and bottom. The bottom one lifts up the entire thing. Then you have some little quick information here, measurements and stuff, angles, and that you can access if you need to. And then this is where you can actually access the cargo space underneath it. So this is actually where this tray slides into. So you can see the tray slides back into this area and slides forward. It has little pictures of the different trucks here. This little divider pops up if you want to keep things from going forward or back. You could do that. And this tray locks in place, so it's locked really good. There's no rattling or anything. You do have to release it by pushing this button, then you can slide it. And then once you get it in place, it's there. It's not like you can't move it. It's not going to slide around on you. It's not going to cause a problem like that. Really like that. It snaps in place and it is solid. So it's an auto dimming rear view mirror. You can turn that feature off on the screen. There's your now this right here is in addition to a regular mirror. You also have, you lift this up and you have a rear view camera. So when you do that, the auto dimming part will go away. Now we have a direct view behind the vehicle using the backup camera. So you can see what's behind the vehicle using that camera. So if you have cargo behind you or whatever, obstructed view and the glass or whatever, you can see directly behind the vehicle. And you have these buttons here to adjust it. You can adjust the brightness. You have different adjustments here. Also, you know, up and down. So you can have it more up, more down, that kind of thing. So, and also in this particular case, looking at the screen, so this is a screen in addition to the mirror. It's not really a big, since I'm a decent distance from this mirror, this screen, my eyes can focus on it. Some vehicles, it depends on the situation, but in your situation, of course, sometimes it's hard to focus on some of these screens because they're kind of too close to your face if you have, you know, that issue. Like in my case, with my glasses on, I can't focus up close, but in this case, it's okay, it's good. And at any time, you can always go back to a regular rear view mirror. And the rear view mirror is auto dimming because I have this shade over the light sensor. It normally wouldn't do that during the day. Okay, so up here we have a place to put your shades, and it's a felt line on the inside. You have some quick LED lights here for quick reading light or whatever. You can turn on all the interior lights by pushing that button. You can have them turn on with the door by pushing that button. I like the way it has a little indicator light there to let you know that feature is turned on. You can drop the tailgate if you need to by pushing that button, just like we saw on the key. It's the same thing. Roadside assistance is here. This has its own cellular connection, so even if you don't have your phone with you, you can still get roadside assistance. There's a little ambient light at nighttime that shines right here. Let me go ahead and turn the interior lights on. It's hard to see it, but there's a little ambient light that shines. I'll show you in a night video I did not too long ago. These two are for your sunroof. This is for your sliding rear glass. We'll get to both of those in a minute. The visors have a cloth covering. Has a little clip right here. Mirror with just regular standard lights, but it does have lights. On the other side, it has the HomeLink garage door opener control and another clip on this side. It does extend out when you need it. This cloth is the same cloth as the headliner, so it's matching that. All right, so let's look at the sunroof. Now it does have a shade that covers 100% of the light, which is nice. And we can vent it, get a little bit of airflow. Or we can open it. Push it again, nothing happens. That's as far back as it goes. All right, so let's look at the visibility in the back. So I know it has all the camera system and all that stuff, and the rear view camera, all the cameras and everything. But you know, the visibility is still a concern, especially, you know, those headrests kind of get in the way. You have big pillars since it's the mega cab, so the visibility, you know, you want to keep this in mind that it is going to be a little bit limited. Now, while we're looking back there, we'll go ahead and open up the power sliding glass so you can see that. All right, so there you have it. I'm going to have a digital copy of the window sticker in the video, but also listed out in the description so you can read that and check it out. This is the actual window sticker here, and there's a lot to go over. Just keep in mind that everything after this is optional equipment, so you can see there's actual prices there on all those. So when you're looking through this particular vehicle, just know that it does have a lot of upgrades that's not even on this window sticker, like the leveling kit, the tires, the cover in the back, that kind of thing, also the lug nuts. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, I'll have this in the video and also the description. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Vann Underwood, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. This is actually the owner's truck, and I was able to get a hold of it because it's just a fantastic truck. And it's a really good setup vehicle. It has, you know, not a huge amount of upgrades. It has some nice upgrades. It's not going to break the bank, especially considering the price of the vehicle already. It's not cheap, but it's just a really fantastic truck, and it's incredible. It's not something that, you know, it's really hard to gain access to a vehicle and check it out in detail like this. So if you were to go to a dealership, it would take you a long time to really go over everything, because, you know, a lot of times if you go to a dealership, the salesperson's got an agenda and all that stuff, and kind of distracts you from actually checking out the vehicle. So hopefully this video kind of helps out, you know, so you can get a general idea of everything before you go to a dealership or whatever. You can also contact Vann Underwood, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram here in Whiteville, North Carolina. They're a fantastic dealership, and I have a lot of respect for them, and hopefully you'll consider doing business with them, because it is a really good dealership. Talk to Vann or Stephen Underwood. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.